Good morning, guys. It's Colleen from Siempre Soul 1111. I hope you're well. For those of you that are watching in the UK, I hope you had a nice bank holiday weekend. Those of you around the world, hello and welcome. I just wanted to say a quick note on, anyone that's subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. And if there's any of you that are new watching this, welcome. I've got an Instagram page which I've now linked up to the YouTube channel, and it's at Siempre Soul 1111. Generally on there I'm announcing when videos are being uploaded, and also I kind of put daily affirmations, daily quotes, things that inspire me and things that help to keep me positive. Sometimes I write some of my own quotes, so if you're not following me on Instagram, feel free to follow me. Today I'm going to be doing a twin flame reading for the masculines, okay? And we're just going to check in with the current energy for the divine masculines. We're looking at heart space, past, present and future situations, and we'll pull a couple of romance angel cards towards the end. I have also got this new deck which a friend of mine, Lorraine, pulled a few cards for me a few weekends ago, and it's an oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Daily guidance from your angels oracle cards, and I thought they were absolutely beautiful, so I may start to include those as part of my readings as well. But I am going to just try and have the readings as short and sweet. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then please do. Right, let's go. Let's tap into the energy for the divine masculine collective on twin flames. We're looking for heart space, last situation for our masculines. I'm going to cut the deck. I'm good to go. Overarching energy. Feeling stuck. To be honest, guys, I've been feeling really heavy energy the past week. The past few weeks actually. And obviously we've had the new moon. And I've been doing a hell of a lot of purging. So if any of you guys are feeling like that, let me know. But here, the divine masculines, the energy, overarching energy here is that they're feeling stuck, perhaps a little bit burdened, a bit trapped by the connection. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the Nine of Wands is about feeling stuck. No movement, a bit of stagnation, almost feeling a bit sort of bashed down by life. And I feel a little bit like the masculines are kind of beating themselves up about how to move forward, what actions to take. There's definitely been some heartbreak, and now this could be a third party situation. So again, like I said, these are general readings, and when I talk about divine masculine, I don't mean male or female. We all encompass masculine and feminine energy, so just take what resonates with you. But the masculine's definitely feeling some heartbreak, or if in your circumstances this is third party, then that's been causing them to feel very stuck and they're not sure how to move forward. I do feel in this particular reading, or this part, that they're sort of feeling like they need to move forward towards you feminines because of something they've done that's upset you. I think we've also got the Queen of Wands here, and I do feel a little bit like perhaps that's how the divine masculine is viewing you feminines. Queen of Wands are powerful, in control, nurturers, well balanced, and again, this is about, we've got the Justice card here as well. So this, when we talk about a third party situation and we pull the Hierophant and the Justice card, to me, that that would say that there's a third party situation where perhaps somebody's is married or in another relationship, and the masculine is feeling a little bit stuck and not sure how to act. Oh, I've got those two cards around the wrong way. Threes, are generally quite an unstable energy, but I do feel that the 9, the next step for that is 10, and bringing this cycle to an end. I think the masculine's just got to do some work in terms of finding that balance, which has kind of been prominent in the the last 2 or 3 readings that I've done. Is about finding balance within yourself. I do feel that he's very much lost in his head at the minute, and he's viewing you as stepping into your power, feminines, which again has been a conscious thing within the last 3 readings I think that I've done. But I definitely feel like the masculine is struggling to find the right balance, not just in their headspace with the Three of Swords there, but also in how they move forward in the current 3D with the Wands. You know, obviously there's definitely, you know, this line of the reading starts with a wand and ends with a wand. So this could be a fire sign, you know, a fire sign that we're talking about here, masculines. With feminine cross watchers, again, the same principle. It could be that you are the fire sign and you're stepping into your power. And the masculine's not really quite sure how to balance that energy. It's definitely a passionate connection though. But obviously with, you know, a fire sign, if you don't tame it, it can be destructive sometimes. So, you know, I think the masculine needs to find a balance. Definitely needs to find a balance. We're just going to pull some clarifiers on this. Wow, 2 major arcana straight out of the bat here. Look at the outcome here. The Lover's card. Yeah, he's been feeling very stuck. I think he definitely knows about this. As I said in the previous reading, he knows about this connection. I think he's just starting to awaken and understand exactly what twin flames mean. He's definitely viewing you feminines as this, you know, Queen of Wands and the Magician card. You know, if this is about you feminines, then it's about the way that he's perceiving you to be, and you know, being in a position where you can manifest and you've got all the tools to do the job. The World card here, clarifying the Three of Swords, is again about cycles coming to an end and the possibilities being infinite. And I think he recognises, and he's feeling very burdened still about this particular 3D connection or third party situation that he's got. If it's a marriage and it's a third party situations, could be another marriage, another relationship. It could be being married to your work. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, clarifying the Hierophant here is the Eight of Pentacles, which again is about working hard to see the end result. So it could well be that when I mentioned that the third party situation could also be to do with being married to a job and focusing too much on financial stability in the 3D, that could be what that means. It could also mean that there's a marriage that he's worked hard on and the end result is still the same. He's struggling to find balance between the connection with you feminines and also struggling to find balance with himself, and you know, sort of heart or head. It's that balance, and when the two things are not in sync and we're not centered as beings, it's hard. It is hard, and it's a lot of work to find that balance within yourself. You know, a lot of people just run away from it, but you know, the ones that want to stay and do the work, you know, bring cycles to an end, healing trauma, healing upset, feeling those emotions. And, you know, I think as you know, people can generally, specifically masculine, if you're looking at male masculine energies, they're conditioned to sort of be strong in this society and processing intuition and a gut feeling, and it comes more naturally to the feminine energies, you know. So to us, we follow our intuition. We're more nurturing. We're okay to be upset, but you know, for men or male energies, it's harder, and so you know, the process can and does take a bit longer. When it comes to finding balance, we've got to clarify here of the Eight of Wands, and this is about communication. I do feel perhaps feminines that you're sitting back, you found your balance, and you're waiting for your masculine to come to you. I almost feel a little bit here that it's about sort of ending that what's called the runner chaser stage. I don't really like the term because I feel like it's got a negative connotation to the process, and I think every set of twins are going through a separate stage of the journey, and it's all unique to you. You know, when you've got freedom of choice at play and different social backgrounds, you've got different life experiences, different childhoods, different wounds, you know, the balance for everybody can be different. So again, in the twin flame community, it's about taking what resonates to you in your journey. And for me, you know, I speak of my own awakening and my own process, and I know that at points it was incredibly confusing. So, you know, masculines, if I were to give you any advice based around your past situation, is to not be so hard on yourselves, you know, and to trust yourselves. You know this connection is the real deal. You know this. And I think it's a case of moving forward and communicating and doing the work. You've got to end this cycle of feeling stuck and heartbroken. And I think that starts, the way you start to heal that within yourself, masculines, is by communicating. You know, 8s are about movement and change, and masculines, you've got 2 of those in this reading, just in off the bat. So, you know, it's moving away from that thought-based situation of feeling trapped and hurt, and moving towards actually taking some action, not just sitting, you know, sitting and wallowing. Sorry if that triggers any of you, but it's moving away from that mentality and bringing that cycle to a close. Feminine, just keep doing what you're doing, you know, stay in your power, hold space. Okay, we're going to move into the the present situation for the masculines. I'll just move these cards here. Let's get these shuffled again. Present masculine situation. Okay. Overarching energy. Yeah, Page of Pentacles making an offer in the 3D. Magician again. Masculines. Okay, yeah, that makes complete sense. Okay, so we've got the overarching energy for the present situation for the masculines, and it's the Page of Pentacles. And again, that's about making communication in the 3D coming in, and that mirrors what I was saying just now with the 8 of Wands, where you need to, you know, step forward and communicate. So masculines, if you've been lost in your headspace about whether to communicate with your feminines, you know, now's the time to step forward. Obviously, I say this with loosely because it's up to you to do what feels right for you. You follow your intuition. But in terms of what the cards are telling me, making an offer in the, you know, an offer in the present situation and stepping forward with some communication in the 3D is what the cards are telling me you're going to do. We've also got the Ace of Wands, which we, you know, I call it my Harry Potter wand. It's, you know, it spells new beginnings. And when we spoke about the 8 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, about forward, making communication, stepping forward in the 3D to speak to your divine feminine about this connection, you know, the new beginnings is about trusting in yourself and your manifestations as well. You know, to get that, you know, the Magician card, which is one of my favourite in the deck, it tells me that you know, trust in yourself, not just on a logical level and an emotional level and a physical level, but spiritually too, you know, because we are all spiritual beings. You know, and I think the cycle of being lost and trapped in your head needs to come to an end. It's new beginnings about moving forward. It's new beginnings about acting. And, you know, to move forward, you've got the answers. You know, you've got all the tools to do the job here. And look, the Chariot, forward movement. You know, this is transformation. We've got the Death card here, you know, another major arcana here. This is, you know, this is about moving away from the element, you know, the feeling of being stuck, and moving towards communicating more in the 3D about how you're feeling about your feminine. Let's pull some clarifiers here on the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Yeah, healing. Yeah. 4 of Swords. So moving from the 3 of Swords to the 4 of Swords. So moving away from the mentality of being heartbroken, moving towards feeling that emotion and healing yourself. 4s are about stability. This is about you finding stability within yourself and within this connection too. You know, you've got the tools to do the job, and I think once you go through this process of healing, and again, I believe this card has come up a few times for you guys in the past few weeks on my readings, so I believe I am picking up on, you know, one collective of twin flames here at the minute. Yeah, look, 3 of Wands, again, he's looking towards that healing as well. Move away from the stage of contemplation. Stop waiting and sitting. You know, the 3 of Wands for me is about waiting for your ships to come in. That's a term that a lot of tarot readers use. But I feel that, you know, you need to turn your back on that way of waiting, and you need to move forward with some action, you know, with this action. There's definitely passion within this connection. but it feels a bit stagnant, a bit stuck to me, guys. And I think your feminines are in a position, masculines, where they're not going to move forward. I think that love is still there, and in the 5D, by all means, they'll be making that connection. But I think they need to see, you know, more movement from you guys. Look at that. Movement towards your Four of Wands. Four of Wands is my twin flame card in this deck, in the whole tarot deck. You've had the Lovers card here. You've got the Magician out twice. And you've also got forward movement to the Four. So you've moved away from the, you know, the Three of Wands mentality of waiting and, you know, moving towards your Four of Wands, which again is union. Now, you know, when we talk about twin flames here, they can, and this may trigger some of you, so it's a bit of a warning, but twin flames, some collectives don't have to be together here in the 3D. You know, when we talk about union, we're not talking about physical union of two. This is about coming into union with yourself. So, you know, so masculines, when I talk to you about going from the Four of, you know, the Four of Swords into the Four of Wands, this is about becoming in, you know, coming into union with yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and being able to be whole yourself, bringing closure to the element of doubting yourself. You know, I feel like, you know, getting the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands back to back is, again, looking at these two cards, look, he's still looking away from the union. And instead of looking away from the union and sitting there waiting for something to change, you know, you need to move towards it yourself. You really, really do. Okay, sorry. Clarify for the deaf. Yeah. Okay, look, the clarify for this one, again, it's another 8. You've got 2 in the last reading. 8s are about change, forward movement. And look here. Walking away, or are you walking towards? I feel in this reading the transformation is going to be the death of you being stagnant and waiting and feeling stuck and feeling burdened and victimized by this connection. Oh, why me? And, you know, moving more towards making this offer in the 3D. Look, yeah, he's walking towards that Page of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. It's about fulfillment, finding fulfillment within yourself. Look here, another 9. You got that. It's about union within, you know. The more you can unite with yourself here in the 3D and on a spiritual level, the more you heal, the less you're going to be looking outwards for your feminine to come towards you. The more you heal, the more you'll be able to manifest what you want. And the more you heal, the easier it will be for you to move forward to union. The key bit of advice here in the present situation is to be moving away from that mentality of lack. All right, masculines. Let's just pull some more cards here for future situation. Nine of Wands, feeling stuck. 3 of Swords, pain. You've got to bring those cycles to a close, masculine, and to do that, future situation, King of Pentacles. Moving forward with your Page, it was a Page, wasn't it, that we got? Yeah, Page of Pentacles as outcome in the present situation. King of Pentacles in the future. So you want to move from that Page to the King. Be stable in the 3D. Find that stability within yourself. Interestingly here, we've got another King. You couldn't write this. This is why I like shuffling on screen. Okay, so in the future situation, we've got the King of Pentacles, which is about stability, financial stability, being stable within yourself. You've got the King of Swords. So that, again, moving from the 3 of Swords mentality in your mind space of feeling upset about this connection into your King of Swords and finding strength and stability within yourself. Stepping into your power in a, you know, in a logical way. and finding balance in 2 key areas of your life in the future here, masculines. You know, we all know that stepping forward and healing yourself is painful. That process dredges up a lot of sludge and you've got to kind of work your way through it. My metaphor for this was a filing cabinet when I went through my awakening, and all the coping strategies I had in my life, I just sort of filed in this filing cabinet. And then when I went through this process of awakening and becoming everything I was conditioned to be and sort of deprogramming myself, it was almost as if the filing cabinet had just been tipped out on the floor and I didn't have a clue where to start from. You know, and with a logical mind, which, you know, previously I was, it was incredibly emotive, the whole process, because you're having to then pick up these files one at a time and sort of move your baggage from a great big suitcase that you've subconsciously been lugging around your whole life, where you have to open that suitcase and you have to, and my spiritual healer taught me this, you have to open that suitcase and throw away what you don't want and keep what you do want. And it's the same principle as picking up the files off the floor and shredding what you don't want and keeping what you do. So that filing cabinet becomes less cluttered. And we all know this process takes time, because a lot of the time at this stage of the journey, your different chakras are opening, you're not quite sure what you're feeling, you don't know what to think. At points I felt I was utterly insane, and maybe perhaps we're all a little bit crazy, who knows. But for me, the more I've gone into this journey, and it's been a process for me for, you know, truly, really, for over the last couple of years, but really for my whole life. And I think I, as a logical person, spent a lot of time suppressing my intuition, ignoring my gut feelings, and not tapping into it, you know. And at points that things happened to me that I preempted that would, and I ignored my gut feeling, and it was like, okay, sometimes synchronicities and events, you know, there is no such thing as a coincidence, you know, and you have to learn these lessons your own way. It's your journey, you know, and I can share with you snippets of mine that may help, but I've moved from a very black and white logical person towards becoming a lot more grey. And for me, grey is emotion and the spiritual aspect, something that's not completely tangible, that you can't physically see or hold. It's a belief, it's a faith within you. And the more you are able to release the control of the logical mind, or the ego, whatever people want to call it, and you go through the dark night of the soul, or the transformation, the death process as it is in the tarot. For me, the more at peace and the more secure you become with your own intuition. You don't need logic to make that choice, you just go with your gut. And that can be something that is silent within you, but a process that you're aware of, you know. So yeah, I mean, look, the Fool here has come out, and this is about, you've got the world, which is at the end of a Fool's journey, and then you've got also in the future situation, the Fool, which is about, again, all tarot readers say, will be taking a leap of faith. But again, it's about you taking that faith to trust your intuition without needing to back it up logically. You know this connection is what it is, so stop fighting it. And the more you release the need to control or understand, the less you clutter your mind, the more you can go through that filing cabinet, and there will be situations in there that you've boxed off, and actually if you'd have listened to your intuition, that file that's there may not be there. So it's allowing yourself to feel it and flow through it, and take the emotion of that situation and that shredding of that file, feel it and process it in a way that you can then release it. And gradually that will allow you to become more balanced. Any holes in your soul that, you know, some of these holes you don't even realise are there, you know. And on my journey, that it triggered so many things within me. And throughout that process of feeling, purging, being patient, have patience with yourself, you gradually are able, through meditation, through being at one with nature, by connecting with other people on a similar journey who are at different stages, it can and it does slowly give you the tools to be able to heal yourself. And the more of those holes that you heal, the more whole you become as a person, and the more you're able to balance the masculine and feminine energy, within you, and balancing that sort of yin yang, you know. It's okay to not be okay with this sometimes, and to not beat yourself up, you know. But it does require a hell of a lot of courage to release that control, when by nature you know, the masculine energies are far more logical. You know, you're not used to following that. And it takes time, you know, so you've got to be patient with yourself, you know. And look, here we've got the Page of Wands as well, which is about communication. So you want, again, in this situation, you'll want to move from your Page of Wands to, you know, your King of Wands. So you're able to follow your intuition and your gut feeling and center yourself and have the King of Pentacles, where in the 3D you're secure, and the King of Swords you're able to communicate, but in the right way. You know, you want your King of Wands so that you're able to act in the right way, and gradually just bring all of these cards to a level where you're balanced as a person, you know. Again, future situation is the Four of Wands. That's just come up in your current situation. And again, that's my twin flame union card. So I think, you know, you moving away from the Nine of Wands and taking that leap of faith, communicating in the right way. Okay, let's not be cutthroat. I think you've got to, you know, go through your process of healing, move away from the heartache. But it's a beautiful reading, masculines, you know. You know there's work to be done. And look, clarifying the King of Swords is your Queen of Pentacles. So again, that's, again, and you know, the King and Queen of Pentacles here as well. So for me, again, that's about your feminine, balancing your energies. You're an exact, you know, that you're a match in the 3D, you know. Let's get this clarification for the Fool. Ten of Cups. Happiness, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. So again, when I look at this, you've got your King of Pentacles in the future situation where you're going to find your balance in the 3D. You've got your King of Swords, which is about communication. So once you go through that Four of Swords healing process, you'll be in a position to communicate this logically. You've got the Magician card twice, which is about manifestations and having all the tools to do the job. You know, so slowly but surely, this situation is going to enable you to, that momentum will gain traction. And taking that leap of faith, at the end of that, you will find fulfillment. You know, these cycles will, with the World and the Fool card, bringing these cycles to a close of just feeling trapped, stuck, burdened. You know, moving away from the Page of Pentacles where you're communicating a bit, but not truthfully and fully about how you're feeling to your feminines. You'll step into your King of Pentacles. And, you know, the Ten of Cups, again, here, where you want to be with this is your King of Cups. So, you know, you're not far off that. Once you take that leap of faith and you move forward and you work on your communication, it will all come good. The action side of it in the 3D with the Page of Wands, you know, yeah, you want to get that to a point where you're able to be your King of Wands, you know. But you've had the Four of Wands twice also in this, and the Lovers cards, which is just beautiful. Yeah, look. The Sun, clarifying the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about communication, moving forward in the 3D. The Sun card is, for me, it's energetic, it's vibrant, it's young. So that kind of mirrors the Page of Wands, which out of, you know, the main suits in the deck, this is the more younger energy. So there's still a little bit of work to be done in terms of the way that you move forward. And I do feel that perhaps the you know, the Page of Pentacles is a small offer in the 3D of communication, and that you will act and move forward. But that leap of faith with the Fool and the Sun card together is also beautiful because they've both got suns in them. They're both vibrant, bright cards. And, you know, the outcome for that is lovely. Yeah, look, I said to you about the King of Cups and moving from that 10 already in the future situation towards that union. You've got the Knight of Cups here. You're going to be moving forward with an offer to your feminine. And, the offer is going to be a Knight of Cups offer. I think the action is going to be small with the Page of Wands, but I think you do accept and recognise that, you know, this is a twin flame connection. Yeah, look, and the overall outcome in the future situation is the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's stepping into a position where you feel stable and not as confused about all of this. It will take some time, masculines, but I think you'll get there bit by bit. I think what I want to see next is that you move into the, you know, you've got the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, which means, you know, which makes sense because I say, you know, you're used to logic and stability, and the traditional essence of a masculine energy is about being a provider and being logical with the communication. So the more unnatural elements of this is stepping forward emotionally and also talking and communicating about how you feel. Let's get you some one clarifier from my Adoring Virtue Angel cards. I think it would be nice to include this in this reading. And then I'll put a couple of oracle cards, Romance Angels. So let's go. Be honest with yourself. Okay, so this card here, I'll show you. Divinely guided. Look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself. This is what I meant about the internal part of the journey. You don't have to tell everyone that you're going through this process. You can still internalise this, but don't ignore yourself. Look into the heart, into your heart, and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon the true desires, your true desires, and they will come to you upon angel wings. That's beautiful. Okay, and then let's put a couple of Romance Angel cards for you guys. Be honest with yourself, masculines. That's the overall advice for the future situation in your heart. Be honest with yourself. One more. I think that card's lovely. Release your ex. Okay, so the time has come to clear your energy. So again, this can be about what I said in the first part with the third party situation, possibly so that you're married to somebody, and that, you know, that situation needs to be released. Again, follow your own intuition on this. I'm not telling everybody to go and leave their partners. This is your choice. You know, you just take from these readings what resonates with you. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah. It's moving away from that feeling, that 9 of Wands energy where you've been feeling stuck. Free yourself from that. Follow your intuition. Be honest with yourself about this. What a beautiful reading, masculines. Really, really lovely. I'm excited to see what happens next week. Good luck. Sending you all love and light. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. And I'll catch up with you guys next week. Take care. Bye-bye.